fate, fear, and freak accidents that'll have you questioning everything. Welcome to a deep dive into Final Destination, the ultimate horror franchise that proves death never takes a day off. Today we're ranking every Final Destination movie, breaking down the heart-pounding thrills, twisted plots, and those unforgettable jaw-dropping kills that made this series a pop culture icon. So buckle up, though let's be honest, that didn't save most of the characters. Ready to face our review? Spoiler, not everyone makes it out alive. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Final Destination 2000. Where it all began, Final Destination exploded onto the scene in 2000, redefining the slasher genre by ditching the traditional masked killer. Instead, the villain was death itself, unstoppable, invisible, and disturbingly creative. Directed by James Wong, the film hooked audiences with its fresh, chilling premise and a tension that lingered long after the credits rolled. The story centers on Alex Browning, a high schooler with a vivid premonition of a catastrophic plane crash. His warning saves a handful of classmates and a teacher, but their lucky escape only delays the inevitable. Death isn't done with them, it's just getting started. One by one, the survivors fall victim to elaborate, nerve-wracking scenarios, each as shocking as the last. Who could forget the infamous bathroom death or the jaw-dropping bus scene that made crosswalks feel like death traps? Final Destination turned everyday objects into instruments of terror, transforming paranoia into entertainment. Suddenly, roller coasters, power lines, and even shower rods seemed like lurking threats. It wasn't just a horror film, it was a psychological thriller that made us question the fragility of life itself. What truly set this movie apart was how it tapped into a universal fear, the unknown. Death wasn't chaotic here. It was calculated, meticulous, and impossible to escape. Its originality and clever execution hooked fans, launching a franchise that still holds a special place in horror history. Was this first installment the best of the series, or did the sequels manage to outdo it? Stay tuned as we take a deep dive into the legacy of Final Destination. One thing's for sure, after watching, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Final Destination 2, 2003. 3 years after the original Final Destination, 2 pulled off what so many sequels can't. It raised the stakes and delivered something bigger, bolder, and bloodier. This time, we follow Kimberly Corman, whose chilling premonition of a catastrophic highway pileup kicks off one of the most iconic opening sequences in horror history. Seriously, that highway crash scene? Pure chaos, tension, destruction, sheer terror. It's unforgettable. And let's be real, who hasn't sworn off driving behind a truck carrying logs after watching that? Road trips haven't been the same since. What makes this sequel truly stand out is how it deepens the story instead of just repeating it. By tying the events back to the original survivors, it expands the mythology, showing how Death's plan has ripple effects and isn't done with those who dared mess with its order. It's a smart twist that adds layers to the chaos, making it more than just a next round of deaths scenario. And oh, the deaths. Final Destination 2 doesn't just up the ante, it launches it into orbit. From a freak airbag deployment that sends a metal pipe hurtling through a victim's head to a horrifying elevator decapitation. The kills are gruesome, shocking, and downright inventive. Each one is packed with suspense and misdirection, leaving you squirming and second-guessing everything. Is that dentist office visit safe? Nope. Is your kitchen harmless? Think again. But here's the big question. Did Final Destination 2 lean too hard on shock value over story? Maybe, maybe not. That's for you to decide. What's undeniable is its ability to sear itself into your brain and keep you hooked. This isn't just a sequel, it's a massacre of expectations. And trust us, the chaos is far from over. Buckle up. Final Destination 3. Just when we thought we were safe, Final Destination 3 came crashing in, literally. This 2006 installment took the franchise's twisted premise to new heights, or should we say drops, with its chilling roller coaster disaster setup. Our lead, Wendy Christensen, has a horrifying premonition of a ride gone terribly wrong and manages to save a handful of people. But escaping the roller coaster is only the beginning. Death isn't done yet. What follows is a relentless, nail-biting game of cat and mouse as the survivors face one of the series' most memorable gauntlets of gruesome and over-the-top deaths. From the infamous tanning bed inferno to the wince-worthy nail gun scene, Final Destination 3 delivers some of the franchise's most creatively brutal moments. And if that wasn't enough, the movie added a creepy game-changing twist with the Choose Their Fate DVD feature. Fans could actually play death, deciding how certain scenes unfolded. Disturbing? Absolutely. Clever? Without a doubt. But for all its shocking kills and inventive visuals, the film leaves us wondering, does creativity in death sequences make up for a lack of deeper character development? Or do we even care when the carnage is this entertaining? Let's dive in and figure out if Final Destination 3 nailed the balance between terror and storytelling, or just went full throttle on the gore. The Final Destination, 2009. They say the fourth time's a charm, but for the Final Destination, the charm might have gotten tangled in all the flying CGI debris. Released in 2009 and shot in 3D, this installment cranked up the spectacle, going full throttle on eye-popping visuals designed to dazzle and shock. From the moment the movie kicks off with a jaw-dropping car race disaster, complete with exploding fireballs, cars flipping through the air, and debris flying straight at your face, you know it's going all in on the 3D craze. It's a bold, chaotic opening that grabs your attention, but does it keep it? Here's the catch. As thrilling as the visuals are, the film often trades its signature suspense for flashy effects, turning what could have been heart-pounding kills into gimmicky spectacles. That doesn't mean it's all bad though. Fans still rave about standout moments, like the gruesomely creative pool drain scene, you know the one, and the unforgettable escalator finale that pushed the franchise's macabre imagination to its limits. These scenes reminded audiences why Final Destination had become an icon of inventive horror. But the big question remains, was the Final Destination an underrated experiment that simply leaned a little too hard on the 3D bandwagon, or did it mark the series' low point, sacrificing tension for over-the-top theatrics? Love it or hate it, this one's impossible to forget. What do you think, hidden gem or a swing and a miss? Final Destination 5, 2011. Final Destination 5 came in swinging, proving the series was far from over. The heart-pounding opening bridge collapse hooked us immediately, bringing back the suspense and terror we loved in the first two films. But this installment didn't stop there. It flipped the script with fresh rules, a spine-chilling organ donation subplot, and one of the most jaw-dropping twists in horror history. That's right, this movie took us full circle, connecting straight back to the original plane crash. Talk about a mic drop moment. Hats off to the filmmakers for breathing new life into the franchise and delivering an ending that had fans cheering. Could this be the best Final Destination yet? Stay tuned for our ultimate ranking. Wrap up and ranking. We've analyzed every chilling premonition, nerve-wracking moment, and jaw-dropping death. But which Final Destination movie truly takes the crown? For me, the original is untouchable, pure originality and edge-of-your-seat tension. Coming in hot at number 2 is Final Destination 5, thanks to its genius twist and gripping story. Final Destination 2 snags 3rd place for making anxiety an art form with those epic crashes. Final Destination 3 serves up iconic kills, while the Final Destination, though ambitious with its 3D flair, lands at the bottom of my list. But hey, that's just my take. What about you? Share your rankings in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most dangerous movie franchise, hit the like button, subscribe for more horror content, and share this with your fellow thrill seekers. And remember, just because you can't see death doesn't mean it's not watching.